We are going to now watch a video by the content creator Pearl Davis. She kind of had an up and down in popularity. People may not be super paying much attention to her content, but she still posts a lot of things. She has over 2 million subscribers. She posts. I just saw this video called Low Hanging Fruit Performs Better on YouTube. And I thought, okay, from one YouTuber to another, I want to hear what she has to say about YouTube. You know, I hear Pearl say a lot of really kind of like aggressive, like reactive stuff, and it kind of like strikes me as a little bit strange sometimes. We looked at her debate with Anna Kasparian. That was I think that was the real nail in the coffin of Pearl's career. Because even Anna Kasparian looked good compared to her, and that's like a huge red flag. But Anna Kasparian, you know, has some good opinions, but you know, it is a very like bizarre and kind of unhinged content creator in my opinion. I think the stuff she says is often very inconsistent. But Pearl just still looked horrible compared to her. So it was like wow, Pearl. Like I think the problem is like Pearl can't even appeal to her target demographic, which is, you know, right wing, you know, anti social justice people. So, but she doesn't appeal to them because she's not so compelling sometimes. But maybe the problem is that she's not doing low hanging fruit enough. Now I know about that. You know, when I do a Breaking Bad video, that's low hanging fruit in a sense because I know everyone likes Breaking Bad. I mean, I did work really hard on it, and I did spend like months on it, and made like a 2.5 hour video. But still, you know, I just put out this video, you know, a couple days ago about mass shootings. That is not low hanging fruit, and it's not performing well. So, you know, it's performing fine. I'm very happy with it. But, you know, she's right, Pearl. Like, you know, often low hanging fruit does perform well on YouTube. So, but, you know, I would say that's just not a super necessary or important point to make. But then maybe that's why it only has 13,000 views. Fill out this form for upcoming events. I'll wait and decide if I want to do that. Let's see what Pearl has to say from one content creator to another. I want to hear what she has to say and take it in. So let's hear it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my coffee talk.
What's up, guys? I love that she says that at the beginning of her videos, like unironically, just does the YouTuber thing. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Welcome to my coffee talks. Today I'm going to give you a little bit more about the behind the scenes of being the YouTubers. Also, for anyone that's followed me for a while, this is the longest I've gone without caffeine in years, which has only been 5 days, but I'm dying.
Well, congrats. That's good if you're trying to do that. She's wearing the shirt of, I believe it's the coffee brand that Kyle Rittenhouse worked with, the guy who killed like people. How many people did Kyle Rittenhouse kill? 2. He killed 2 people when he went to Kenosha, Wisconsin, with his weapons, with his AR-15 rifle. Kyle Rittenhouse, yeah. So let me just double check. Is this Black Rifle? I believe that's the company. Yeah. They worked with Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy who killed 2 people. So she's wearing that shirt to, you know, it's a vice signaling, as I call it.
And I've been sleeping a lot. So anyways, back to YouTube. I have a friend who's a very big consultant, and he consults for a lot of the biggest conservative or right-wing YouTubers, super intelligent guy. And he said one of the biggest complaints from YouTube.
He's a consultant to YouTubers? I'm sorry, how do I get that job? I actually have that on my Patreon. You might have seen that. I have like a thing where if people want to pay me, how do I show this? If people want to pay me, I've mentioned this. If people want to pay me $75, I'll consult with them about their art projects, including YouTube videos. No one's done it, but you know, so I need to be a YouTube consultant. That sounds like a great idea.
YouTubers is having to do.
Actually, I am genuinely like developing something that's not exactly like that, but I'm going to drop it fairly soon. Sort of like consulting, advising, assisting service that I'm going to start providing if anyone wants it. I've mentioned this before, I think, but yeah, making moves that should be available in soon, a couple months or something.
Intelligent content, unique content, or make money. And that you're always kind of pulled. And being that I've gone through a lot of ups and downs of YouTube, I can feel this firsthand. Also, before I get more into the topic, I have
She's definitely had a lot of ups and downs. If you have 2 million subscribers and you're getting 13,000 views, that is like not good. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. She like goes against other conservatives, which is fine sometimes, but like she doesn't really have any friends in the space. Like she just has pushed away all the other audiences. Wanting to be a good person is destroying society. Okay. We should save that for next week. Yeah, we should save that for next week. Hold on. Okay. So, okay, let's get back to this.
A Google form link in the description. I need to get you guys' contact information in order to do private dinners in your cities. There's also one private dinner that we're doing. It's probably 10 people, maybe 20 max.
Right. So that's sort of what she's doing. It's a great shot. She's trying to get people to pay money for private dinner. So, you know, I'm trying to find ways to make more money too. I was just saying. So like I'm like going to launch this service where I can do essentially consulting or advising and non-clinical conversations with people about their goals and you know, issues and situations in a non-mental health capacity. So I understand trying to grind and find ways to make more money, but like being like, oh, like pay me to just like essentially do like a meet and greet and like have dinner together. I mean, it's totally legal. It's just like it seems desperate, and it's like, who's gonna pay you for that? But okay, we'll see.
So anyways, he said that a lot of YouTubers get frustrated because if we do the lowest hitting stuff, it just does better. And it's a very interesting industry because
lowest hitting stuff, but like you make videos that are like criticizing people all the time, and like that doesn't, you know, I think you are doing low hanging fruit and it's not doing well. So there's other variables like I mean, is it not like low hanging fruit to talk about Brett Cooper, to literally sit on your live stream like you're like reposting your own live stream clip? Is it not low hanging fruit to talk about Instagram women, the women who have given up on dating? Is it not low hanging fruit to talk about like random internet drama, like women who tried dating higher and failed? Like, is this not low hanging fruit? Like, what are you doing that's not low hanging fruit? Brett Cooper and cooter mogging. Like, you don't think that's low hanging fruit, but it's not doing well. Women getting stupid ass tattoos, like your trad wife is not at church.
It's almost like the more creative and unique you are, the less money you make. So, for example, if I do a street interview with a very unique line of questioning and go...
Okay, but if you do... I'm already going to cut you off there, Pearl, because if you do a street interview, I don't know what you mean by a unique line of questioning. If you're doing like Eric Andre level like weirdness or like Connor O'Malley, like maybe, sure. But like already if you're doing a street interview, it's not very original. That's been done for like 10 plus years now. It's been a very, very typical classic thing that people have been doing for a long time. So street interviews do not come off as original or creative. Pearl. They're fun, but they, yeah.
From place to place to place. And I figure out different places to do interviews. I have to overcome a lot of different things. I have to have a good tone of voice when asking for an interview. I have to pick out the best people to interview on the street, ask the right questions that are very, I guess, unique, you know?
No, I don't think I understand what she's saying. Like I you know, you put in a lot of work into stuff sometimes and it doesn't really pay off. Like, but that's why you got to do it because you like it, you know, because you enjoy doing it or you think it's worth doing. You know, this mass shootings video I did just put out on Friday, like it has like 2,000 views. Like it's not that great in terms of number of views. I didn't expect it to get a lot of views, but I'm really proud of it. So it's like you just got to do things that you're happy with and you feel good about regardless. This is a luxury, like in a sense. Like people don't need to watch videos on some deep level. Like you're providing a luxury, so you should kind of just do it because you like to do it also, because there's no guarantee that people will be interested. Just like if you do a painting or write a poem, there's no guarantee people will be interested. I gotta cut my hair. What the fuck is going on? So yeah, you got to just do stuff because you want to do it. I mean, it's like, but yeah, I get what she's saying, but I just don't understand what if her content is performing well.
Or you can always come up with solutions to people's problems. You know, like we talk about dating here.
Yeah, I like to solve people's problems.
And you could come up with a plan for men to improve their dating lives. So X, Y, Z, right? Two things that
Do you think men find her helpful in improving their dating life? Like, that seems a little strange to me. Like, I don't know why. Like, I can understand from a man's perspective listening to a woman to get advice on dating. I think men should listen to women for advice. If you're a heterosexual man, you should listen to men and women. I mean, you should, no matter your sexuality or gender, you should be open-minded to people's input. But like, yeah, if you're a heterosexual man, like listening to a woman talk about dating heterosexual men, it can give you a lot of good insight. I don't know if Pearl necessarily has a lot of that insight, but I think the real question I have is why does a heterosexual woman want to spend her time giving advice to heterosexual men about dating women? That's bizarre to me. And I've seen it with women before on YouTube where like their whole thing is giving men, I think it's just a good niche because a lot of lonely men watch YouTube. And it's not like it's a morally wrong thing to do, but it's like, why do you want to spend, like, you're a woman, like, why are you spending your time giving men dating advice for dating women? Like, it's a little bit presumptuous, like but it's also just bizarre. Like, I mean, it's not that crazy. It's just like, if I spent my time giving women dating advice for like dating men, it would just be, okay, you do it once, you do it twice, but it's just to do it for months. It's like, why? That's a bizarre way to spend my time.
are creative and useful. Or you could just react to the news and do a reaction video to the lowest hanging fruit. So,
can you do that? I've never seen you successfully do that. I mean, she's not reacting to the news, she's reacting to social media, like things. Reacting to the crazy woman on the... So she's reacting here to her own video. She's reacting to the debate where she got completely destroyed by someone not even that good. I went to church and they stole my sign. This smile that she does, like they call it like the white person smile. Like, see? She does the classic, oh, that's the one we're watching. She does the classic white person smile. She didn't even do a thumbnail for this one. Like, her whole image is the white person smile. It's funny.
I like to react to fat women because it's kind of funny.
Wait, what? What, Pearl? What'd you just say? I thought we were talking about reacting to the news.
Useful. Or you could just react to the news and do a reaction video to the lowest hanging fruit. So I like to react to fat women because it's kind of funny. And you find that the audience likes that better.
Pearl, did you just compare the news to like a video of a fat woman? Like, because it seemed like you just said reacting to the news is low-hanging fruit, which, like, kind of, not necessarily. Reacting to a video of a fat person definitely is low-hanging fruit. Because, I mean, I don't even know if it's fruit. It's like, it's low-hanging something. But, like, you're actually going out of your way to just mock someone for their appearance. But then, like, there's no way that's... I mean, that does do well in some spaces on YouTube, but, like... If you're doing that, like, that's not a guarantee. Like, people are going to be interested. It's also not the news. Like, why would you say, like, reacting to the news and or / fat women, a video of fat women? Like, Pearl, like, I know you've probably, like, blocked out stuff like this, but, like, if you're reacting to videos of fat women, you are just being misogynistic. You're engaging in your own internalized misogyny. Probably it's comes from deeper places for you and is worth investigating. But just from a content perspective, like, people have been doing this for a long time. It's gotten a little old. Like, fat shaming is just not as entertaining, I don't think, to people. And and it's like mean. So, and it's also not the news.
Just in general, a lot of people will try to troll me and say it's just your audience. There's a reason Piers Morgan has done so many interviews.
It's Piers, just so you know.
There's a reason Piers Morgan has done so many interviews over the years, right? He's interviewed criminals, and now what's he doing? He's bringing on the lowest common denominators to talk about the news. It's not like I am the most credible person in the world to talk about
a lot of things.
the Tate case. I'm just a girl with an opinion, but they bring me on, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, obviously Piers Morgan is a drama farmer, and it is often very low hanging fruit, but he also gets a lot of views, and like, I mean, a lot of people like enjoy seeing that drama. I enjoy it often. I mean, I'll usually not watch Piers Morgan unless I'm watching someone I find intelligent analyzing the and laughing about the situation. But, you know, Piers Morgan having you and a few other grifters come on to talk about the Tate case is kind of good drama often, you know, because there's like one guy usually who's like defending Tate, another who's like mostly defending Tate. There's you who's like defending Tate. I mean, the last one I saw, I can't remember if there was anyone not defending Tate. There must have been someone. But yeah, I mean, like, look, like, it's just, I mean, it's interesting to see people fight with each other versus you just sitting in your car, like, talking about something.
Same with Michael Knowles. Who is Michael Knowles? Just some random guy with opinions. You know, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fascist who works for the Daily Wire and believes that the government should limit people's personal freedom when it comes to expressing their sex and gender identity. And it probably comes from a very repressed and dark place in his psyche.
These platforms, or, you know, to talk about the war. Usually it's the lowest hanging fruit. Occasionally,
which war? The new war? And
mixed in with some competent people, but generally it's the most popular, not the most.
It is funny that she's just like calling herself incompetent. She's like, wow, what a loser. They have me on their show.
Most competent. I will acknowledge I benefit from this system in a lot of ways. So there's probably people watching saying, Rich, coming from you. So as a creator, it's interesting because you're kind of called to, like, if I go do a unique video, I have to pay a producer to come and film it. I have to pay a producer to edit it or spend a lot of my time editing it myself.
Okay, but there's a false comparison here. She's comparing her content to Piers Morgan's content. Her content doesn't do well even when she puts that effort into it. And like but I mean, she's speaking to like a real thing in the sense that sometimes you don't get rewarded for your effort. I mean, it's kind of obvious, and it's like, what are you going to do about it? I mean, yeah, I mean, that's part of the platforms that we're on. They're addicting people to low effort slop in a lot of situations, but it's not really why your popularity's gone down. And also, you have money. I guess I should say, like, Pearl clearly has money. She like got a new studio recently, I think. Like, allegedly, like, her dad bankrolls a lot of her work. I mean, he's very wealthy, apparently, allegedly. I don't really know. It's just what I've heard, I think she said, or other people have said. I will also say she has like an interesting relationship with her dad where she like is like talking about how great he is all the time. Like, she's like called him a saint before. She just like talks about how great he is, so much that I heard her say in a different video that her dad has asked her not to talk about him, at least as much as she does on her channel. Like, her dad is actually, she said, my dad's asked me to stop talking so much about him. But she talks about how much she loves her dad, which it's great to love your parent, but it's a little bizarre to like go on and on about it, like as an adult, like on your public platform. It's like, and also just like, I have to think it has something to do with her like weird political thing of like, men are so persecuted, men deserve so much better, everything is women's fault. Like, I don't know what's going on with her relationship with her mom, but her relationship with her dad seems a little bit bizarre and enmeshed.
If I go do a unique video, I have to pay a producer to come and film it. I have to pay a producer to edit it or spend a lot of my time editing it myself. And if it doesn't perform, it's far more devastating than if low-hanging fruit content doesn't perform.
She's just explaining such an obvious, like, thing. Like, I don't even know what... This is just so obvious. Like, everyone knows this.
So if I do a quick reaction video and it doesn't perform, well, who cares? One time I filmed like 50 reaction videos in a month and I just spammed the algorithm. You know, I can pump those out easily. Same with live streams. Granted, some live streams I do have to put a lot of thought into and write out, but in general, you can just go live, talk a little bit on camera, or, you know, do these coffee thoughts. Some of these coffee thoughts get, I don't know why some perform and some don't, but sometimes you guys watch it and it gets like 100,000 views, and then other days,
not so much.
Other days, I film it and nobody watches. Why? I don't know.
Well, Pearl, like, I wouldn't even take it personally per se. Like, it's pretty hard to get people to just watch, like, just sitting in your car talking. Like, kind of no matter who you are. You know, if you get 10,000 people listening to you just ramble in your car, that's kind of good in a lot of ways. But I get what she's saying is a larger point. Like, the problem is your high effort content is not interesting either, Pearl. Like, going and interviewing people in the street is really, really done. It's just been done so many times.
But so this leads to the cloud economy and the like short form, I would say low.
Oh, I thought she said cloud economy. Yeah, the clout economy. I've never really heard that expression. The cloud economy, where everything's in the cloud.
Effort economy in YouTube content creation. Because it's just far easier and you make far more money just following the news. And you can do original content, but sometimes it's more frustrating because you'll do an original video and somebody will react to your original video and get more views than you do.
Oh shit, she's getting in on the sort of React-gate stuff from a couple years ago. I mean, yeah, there's some truth to that. Like, I think, you know, I think it can be exploitative, but if someone like transforms it by responding in a fair use way, I think they have every right to react however they want. I mean,
why it's like this, I don't know. Maybe it'll change in the future. The algorithm's changing.
I mean, people like to see someone they like mediate the content.
Time. The next thing I'd like to say is that I think that YouTube, the AI, and I don't know if other YouTubers have felt this way. I feel as though from 2 years ago, it is far harder to get views and make money on YouTube. And I think a lot of content creators have felt this way. And I was always a little bit arrogant. Maybe I didn't really think AI would affect our jobs.
Okay, I don't know why she's even using the phrase AI right here. Like, I know people throw around the idea of AI, but like, usually, like, people are throwing it around. They're talking about like large language models, or they're talking about like, you know, what's it called? Generative programs, or you know, stuff like that. But she's just talking about like algorithms. Like, I'm quite sure YouTube uses AI, but from our perspective, like, we don't know what is AI, what's not. Like, as far as we're concerned, like, it's algorithms. Like, some of it might be AI, some not. I can't say what's changed in the last 2 years, really, because 2 years ago, I was basically not uploading anything at all on my channel, except for occasional live streams. You know, the algorithms do change, and it does affect how many views your content gets. I mean, it's just part of being on a platform you don't have control over. I mean,
because I don't think anybody can replace, you know, these coffee thoughts. I don't think you can AI this. You guys just feel it. You feel my vibe.
what? Oh, she's talking about AI slop? I thought she was talking about algorithms. I don't think an AI could or would replace this.
But you are competing with AI videos, and I even
She sometimes has like a pretty okay, like, self-deprecating sense of humor. If she could just like, I feel like if she made a few good friends, she could kind of like develop her personality into being like less kind of like sad seeming. And I think if she was more fulfilled socially, it would come across in her content. Maybe she would focus on less kind of like sort of old, outdated ideas, because she would have updated ideas from talking with people.
even catch myself watching them. You know, you got to think about what you watch in a day. And for example, there are days where I will just watch plane crash videos. I know it's women, we love our drama. I just want to think, would I survive?
You know how women are with their plane crash videos. Women love drama. For example, plane crashes. It's like being like, women be shopping for health insurance on the marketplace. Women love drama of plane crashes. And then she says, I just want to know, like, would I survive? It is not healthy to sit around watching videos of plane crashes. I don't, it doesn't make you a bad person if you watch stuff like that, if you watch videos of gruesome things as well, or blood or whatever. It's not healthy, though. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's good for you. I definitely don't think it's healthy to sit around watching videos of plane crashes or anything gruesome or bad. And it does not give you any insight on how to survive. And this sounds like something you should genuinely be like working on, and because it doesn't sound healthy. You will never be able to learn how to survive a plane crash from watching videos. I mean, you could potentially read up on it and like be like, okay, I'm going to sit in this part of the plane. I don't even think that's reasonable. I think you should just you go on a plane if you feel comfortable with it. Read the safety manuals. But you could talk to experts. But watching videos of plane crashes is not going to help you survive a plane crash, and it's really, really weird to do that. But okay, is she talking about AI now?
So there'll be a plane crash and it's like an AI or the Twin Towers falling. And I'll spend I've spent an hour just watching those videos.
What part of it is AI? Is she talking about AI like it's not even real video?
And
because the Twin Towers did fall, Pearl. They did actually fall.
That plane crash content is competing with a content creator that is maybe...
I think it's competing with your content, actually, specifically. I think plane crashes and your content actually might be competing with each other. That's a good point.
Talked about that video, made it very well thought and edited. That I actually do think a lot of YouTubers are, and maybe I'm one of them. Who knows? I might have to go back to sales at some point. There's
no harm in that, Pearl. There's no shame in having a regular job, and it could be a good way to meet people, socialize. I don't think there's any shame in having a regular job. I have a regular job as a clinical social worker. I think it's great to have a regular job, and I mean, YouTube on some level is like art. In the sense that it's a luxury, it's completely unnecessary, and it's really hard to make a living off of. So, and art is not unnecessary in certain ways of thinking about it, but in other ways it kind of is. So, no shame in going to sales. Also, I would consider going into performance art and using these videos as you could get into grad school with these videos and just say that you're doing performance art straddling the line between comedy and tragedy. And you could literally develop into a performance artist, Pearl. I'm not even joking. If you just did what you do now with more self-awareness, this would be extremely good performance art.
Because of AI,
is she saying she watches AI videos of plane crashes like they're not even real plane crashes? That's somehow even worse?
It's just way more competitive than it was 5 years ago. And I think it's very difficult to survive without big donations, which is kind of the background I came from. I didn't start with a company. And I've sort of had this thought.
What? I don't even know what she means.
That I didn't know how a lot of YouTubers were profitable. It didn't make sense to me. I remember going into the Blaze a few years ago and counting all the people.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the vast majority of YouTubers are not making profit. And I've probably only gotten minimum wage on my Breaking Bad video. On some of the other Better Call Saul videos, like I've made a solid chunk of money, but it was probably not even minimum wage for what I spent on it.
People on set and how much money they must spend on the show versus the views, and just thinking, how do they make money?
I agree. I think a lot of Hollywood must be money laundering. I genuinely think that. I've always thought that. I think it's money laundering, and they're loss leaders, operations meant to lose money, but they're laundering money in the process.
But a lot of the YouTubers that are going to stay in business, in my opinion, are the ones that get funding.
But yeah, she seems like she is genuinely considering giving up YouTube, which makes sense. I mean, you cannot make money doing what she's doing. That's why she's relying on donations. She needs people to pay for these events. It's just a last ditch effort because it's not even possible to make money. You can't make money on 13K views. Like if you make less than 100,000 views, like you're making negligible money on most videos. I mean,
from big people. So I don't know, guys. If you're looking to get into YouTube, I would say there is money on this platform, but it probably would behoove you to learn AI and to have a day job.
Emphasis on the day job, because I don't know, like, yeah, you could learn AI, but like, for what? For what types of videos? For plane crash videos? Like for sitting in your car? Like what?
Because, I don't know, the future of this platform, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Or to make, like, there's some YouTubers that find ways around it. They sell t-shirts, make their money on other stuff. So, you know, there's strategies and stuff, but I do think that AI is going to take out a lot of YouTubers.
Okay, I just don't know how what she communicated was like an example of that, because like comparing plane crash videos to like political commentary is just bizarre.
And
I mean, there's a video on my main channel from clips from the podcast where I'm talking about AI video essays. So there are AI commentary, political commentary videos. There are. I think they're very low quality, but they do get a solid amount of views, and it is a problem. So I mean, there's no doubt about that, and there's no doubt that it's hard to make money on YouTube. This is like such a sort of tired, obvious point. It's just I don't know what the point is.
I'm curious in the future if there will be an incentive for more original content. I would actually prefer it. I would prefer an algorithm that rewards the intelligent content and doesn't reward the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it sounds like you have problems with the race to the bottom that capitalism incentivizes.
Is that going to come? I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh my God. It's so weird to me when YouTubers say, I love you to their audience. It's like, whoa, okay, Pearl. Anyways, so yeah, that's Pearl Davis. So, not the most interesting video, but kind of funny. Some parts of it were kind of funny. This is a podcast.